Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Good morning from Puerto Galera, Philippines. I'm Sebastien, and this is
Michelle. Hello, and welcome to Frenchipino Cooking.
So it's our first tryout. It's our pilot. So we went very safe, and we're gonna do some chicken and pork adobo style, with of course the French twist. So the confinement is almost over. The lockdown for everybody. Everybody cooked a lot at home, and now it's our turn to cook for you, so you can have some delicious and easy food to make at home when you go back to work, right?
Yes.
So
So we want to welcome everybody who's watching us from wherever. If you wanna make a greeting and let us know where you are, please just give us a comment or a shout out on our live stream.
okay, great. So let me put a little description. We're gonna have a close-up camera. 1 second, set up here, and then Michelle will set that up right now.
Yes.
So I'm gonna show you all the ingredients first. We'll have a breakdown. It's very, very simple. We try to use as many local ingredients as possible. I know that's overrated these days, but you know, they're beside the wine and the soy sauce. That's not from here. Otherwise, everything is from Mindoro Oriental, the island that we're on in the Philippines. So here's the chicken legs. That's what we're gonna use. Chicken legs, right? Some pork belly.
Yeah.
So today we're cooking for 4 people. It's 2 to 4, so you know, if you got a big appetite, then 2 people, but otherwise it's for 2 to 4 because that's meant to be eaten with vegetables and rice, of course. Kanin.
Yes, kanin is live.
So that's what you learn here. So I'm going to show you how we're going to cut that up in a second. We're going to butcher that in 1 second. And then here we have the other ingredients. So you have the peppercorn, the bay leaves, the garlic that Michelle is going to chop up right now. And then the rest is here. We have the soy sauce and the red wine. That's the French twist right there. The French wine is the what will replace vinegar. So adobo is, you know, known as to be the most Filipino Pinoy dish. It's the very traditional. As far as we know, adobo was always from the Philippines, no matter what the Spanish or the Mexican said. Maybe it was documented by the Spanish first, but adobo was already here in the Philippines when the colon arrived here in the Philippines. So usually we use soy sauce and vinegar. So the twist is that we're going to replace the vinegar, which is supposed to tenderize the meat, right, with the red wine. French possible, of course. So we're going to just coarsely chop up the garlic. And so basically there is 3 steps in the cooking, right? So the day before we cook it, or the morning of the cooking, meaning you can marinate the meat in the morning and then cook it at night. Then we're going to braise the meat. Then we're going to sear it to give it a nice color and caramelize the skin and especially the pork to make it super delicious. So it's something that you can definitely prep in advance. All the steps are fairly simple. The first one you're going to see, it's about 5 minutes to get the marinade going. We're just going to throw it in the fridge. After that, 12 or 24 hours later, we're going to take it out. Just for your convenience, we use rice cookers here a lot, right? So to marinate the meat, we're going to put it right into the rice cooker. So tomorrow when you take it out of the refrigerator, then you can just take that out of the fridge half hour before, turn on your rice cooker, and then get the soup going. All right, so the garlic is minced. We can drop it at the bottom here already. And then I'm gonna just cut up the chicken now. So adobo can be made with pretty much anything, right? Chicken, just chicken, pork, beef, vegetables. It's very, very versatile.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to greet everybody who's on joining us at the broadcast. Valentang and Ana Carmina, magandang umaga, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Valentang says, what a setup, guys. And Adrian, hello. Adrian says, hey. Hello there.
Which Adrian is that?
Adrian Lefaux.
Oh.
Hello, Debbie.
Salut, Mouche, ça va? Okay, so I'm gonna cover the chicken. You see the chicken legs. Usually you can buy that in the supermarket already all butchered up for you. So I like to use only the dark meat. I understand that people like the white meat, but the white meat is kind of a waste to marinate it in red wine and soy sauce, and then it has to be dry when you actually braise it for more than, you know, roasted or grilled is great, or even poached. But I think when you braise the white meat, it can serve a waste. It gets very rubbery, and the nutrition is very, very low on because you overboil the meat, which is not the case in the dark meat. It stays, the nutrition stays there.
Dark meat is the way to go.
So we got this cut in, you know, those two legs. I'm gonna place them in the rice cooker there. Yes, I'm gonna put that right in the fridge. We have another piece here. So you can keep the legs just in half with the thigh and the drumstick, or you can cut up the drumstick in two like I did. It doesn't really matter. It's more presentation fact. It cooks a little faster and evenly when it's like that, but you don't have to. The pork belly, it's fresh pork belly, not salted, not smoked, just fresh pork belly from the pork from here, from the island, with the skin on. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna cut these livers.
Very nice, the marbling of the fat and the meat inside.
Yes.
We call it tiempo in Tagalog, pork belly.
See? You just put that in there. And that we do now, we just drop the rest. So you got a couple of bay leaves, right? Very simple. Some black peppercorn, which is the base of pretty much Filipino cuisine right there. The peppercorn over the bay leaves and the garlic together. You can use them in pretty much every dishes in the Philippines. So it's, I know it's a lot of black pepper. It's very heavy on. So it's about 1 tablespoon. So you just spread that in there. And then here we have a bowl with already the red wine and the soy sauce. So so you know the recipe will be online as soon as we finish the class, right? A little later on today on the Mr. C page. So look out for the Frenchipino cooking sheet, the recipe sheets. So here we have the soy sauce, 1/3 of a cup, and 1/3 of a cup of red wine. So it's not much. The rule with the soy sauce, you know, there's not really any, just buy something, not in a big bottle that you're gonna use fairly quickly and not sit in your counter or in your kitchen cabinet or in your refrigerator for 6 months, okay? Chinatown is just around the corner, pretty much anywhere in the world, okay? So go buy the nice one, and in all the gourmet supermarket, you can find the fancy soy sauce. You don't need to buy the fancy one. You need to buy only the fancy one if you're eating sushi, right? The low sodium soy sauce, right? And so, a couple of great brands, Tamarind, I think is one of them. But otherwise, for the cooking, you don't need to buy the fancy one. They're all the same. No matter what you read on the label, it's almost like a olive oil. There's a lot of fake one out there. So just like the basic one, the cheap one, you're gonna cook it anyway. So the soy sauce is gonna give the flavor and tenderize a little bit the meat, and also add the salt to it. And the red wine, anything, since you're gonna probably drink some red wine with a Frenchipino dish, right? So you can use the same because it's only about a glass that you're gonna put in the marinade. So Merlot would be fine, you know, anything not on the heavy side. The only rule for cooking wine is if you cannot drink it, don't cook with it. Simple as that.
It's not like vinegar.
Exactly.
So maybe we can show it on the close.
Exactly. So that's what we have here. The meat is marinating. You can mix it around a little bit, right? And then you're just gonna cover that up. You don't need to put oil or anything. With your lid, and then you're gonna place that in the fridge, right? For your 12 hours, 8-10 hours minimum, 24 hours the best. If you can sort it, give it a, you know, mix it up a little bit at the end of the day. But you take that out half hour before you start cooking the following day. You have your rice cooker ready.
Yeah. Usually we boil it over the stove top, but since you know here in the Philippines rice cookers are basically in every household, when I saw Chef Sebastien do it, I was like, why didn't I do that before?
So that's fairly simple. The rice cooker is very, you know, it's one pot fits all, you know. So you take that out of the refrigerator half hour before you start cooking. Tap water, which fill it up, just to cover the meat, a little bit, and all the juices from that will be just enough at the end of it. So you turn it on. You're gonna cook that for 1 hour straight, about 50 minutes to 1 hour on the rice cooker. Okay. Some fancy rice cooker, they have a medium, high, brown rice, this or that. Just regular. Here we have 2 speed only.
Cook in one.
That's it. So don't get too fancy with your rice cooker either. So 1 hour, and then you let it rest for a little bit, right? And then you're gonna strain it, right? You're gonna strain it, and then you're gonna have that. So here is the meat that's cooked now, right? In the red wine, the chicken, the pork is there. So this meat here, now we're gonna sear it to give it a nice color and caramelization, and give it great flavor. So I like to drain it like that because when you sear it there, if there's too much liquid in the meat, and when it's nice and drained and it's dry, then it's not popping.
It's not gonna splatter
the oil, because if you have very few drops of the cooking liquid, then it's already gonna be pretty loud, you see. But it's not dangerous if you do the cover. But it can be dangerous if you just take it out of the pot and straight into the oil. So make sure you strain it a little bit, and then you have your cooking
more
liquid here, and that's it. It's reduced enough, just like that. If you don't put too much water, all the flavors are here. It's beautiful. You don't need a lot, but you need enough because it's a dish that calls for some starchy, you know. So rice, of course, you know. Potatoes, of course, you know. If you like bread with it, you can put bread, but you know. So you're gonna need some liquid to hold it and to make sure you cover all of that meat so it doesn't look dry. Okay. So
you need a lot of oil to put in the pan.
Now you just put a little bit of oil at the bottom, regular cooking oil, you know. Canola oil is great, vegetable oil.
Enough to grease it, or enough to...
You're not frying.
Not frying.
Just a little bit at the bottom. We're gonna let it warm up, nice and slow. I'm gonna put that here. So we're outside, so you might hear some motorbikes going by, construction. The dogs might get nervous about a cat walking by.
But the dogs are particularly behaved this morning.
For now.
Yeah. We wanna greet all our friends who are joining us for the broadcast. IVD from Singapore to make it super delicious. We are sold. Hello from Singapore. Alex Zilay.
Yes.
And Mama, hello, good AM. Hello there.
Alex, on pense à toi, ok? Gros bisous. C'est un moment bien difficile pour tous. All my friends in New York had a very difficult time. We all think about you very much.
We all love you. Take care out there.
We all love you, and just be careful with all those crazy people out there. So
now we're about to sear the meat after braising. And we're just lightly heating. How about the pan, the heat?
Well, it needs to be hot, because when you put down the meat, you need to hear it, that it's singing. That's how I call the oil. That's when it's hot enough and it's singing in the pan.
Not rapping? Singing?
Not rapping, no. I have phone somewhere. Or not?
It's not here.
It's not here.
Okay. Besides something.
So we're gonna drop the chicken in there to give color. We're gonna cut the pork. Right? You see the piece of pork here? We're just gonna cut it like very big lardons. You see? So I'm gonna drop the chicken first. So the beauty about all of this is that when you wash the dishes, there's not much. All you see is on the table. So you have the rice cooker and your lid, you have a strainer, and you have one pan. Beside the cutting board and your knives, that's all you got. You know, I'm very lazy, so I don't like to wash dishes. So we just drop that in there.
But that's the thing, if you're the one cooking, there's not a lot of dishes to wash. But if it's me, then the kitchen sink will be full.
Okay. So that's the chicken we got here.
From Damian, Ergo.
Yes.
Salut Sebastien, Brogy de NYC.
Yes, salut Damien. Courage, courage pour tout ce qui se passe. So, you see I use the cover from the rice cooker, just almost all the way close, but we're not roasting, we're still kind of pan frying, so you want the air to go through it. So, you have a piece of pork belly here that's nice and tender now that it's been raised with the chicken. So you want big lardons, right? Lardon is usually smoked pork belly that you saute and you serve in a salad, right? And this is going to be very nice garnish, but also to eat, right? So you want to do like about 1 inch to half inch, right? But you can do a little bigger, it's fine. It doesn't really matter that much, right? So the chicken is there, cooking. So I'm going to show you 1 second, right? Right here. You see the pieces of chicken. The pieces of chicken are a little broken, but not that much. It was very tender. Okay. There we go. Fine. And then when the chicken is almost there, in just a minute I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to add the pork on the side. So if you want to do with only chicken, you can. You know, I understand a lot of people don't like pork and don't eat pork. You just bring the extra flavor to the dish, and then also a little different in the consistency of the dish, because the meat is falling off the bone on the chicken. So it's nice to have something a little crispier and a little more flavorful to it. The chicken is going to be very flavorful with the red one. So it's like a take on the French dish, coq au vin, right? Coq au vin is very much the same in the marinade without the soy sauce.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The taste is actually very similar.
It's quite similar.
Quite similar, but not very
But
similar.
it's heavier on the garlic. So you have that also garlicky flavor that's there. But we do not have any roasted garlic after that. It's just the cooked garlic inside the dish, that's it. So I'm going to give it a in here. So you can use the lid as a guard, right? Hope you can see what I'm doing from right there. So it's not splashing.
Yeah, is there a trick to not splash the oil?
No, there's no trick. The only trick is to strain it for at least 15-20 minutes to get all the juices out.
Okay.
So there's not too much inside. And it's also a lot better. Is that go there? So I made a little bit of room here on the side. Right? Like that. So I'm going to place the fork right here. So I know regulation have changed very drastically in the last few days, few weeks about cooking. Unfortunately, for people who spend all their life in the kitchen, like we did, I have to say that it doesn't change much. You know, you can wear a mask in the kitchen. If you see someone working in the kitchen right now, they probably should be wearing a mask because the virus was very close to us, like just a few days ago, even just a few hours, who knows. But in the kitchen, anyway, we always wash our hands, right? Mm-hmm. We always sanitize the place the cutting boards and knives after everything, every new project between the vegetable, the chicken, the fish, after the fish, after the chicken, so you hear the popping right now.
So basic hygiene is primary in the kitchen.
Yes, and we wash our hands already about anywhere between 12 to 20 times an hour, right? So all we have to do is to be a little more careful, I think, in the way we work on a day-to-day basis, and to keep the hygiene very high, I guess, on your way to work and when you arrive at work also. But, you know, there's not much more in the restaurant can do, so don't be freaked out and just go back to the restaurant and live a normal life, as normal as you can.
Mm-hmm. So how is that looking? It needs more time?
It needs a little bit more time. The chicken is almost ready. So to garnish that dish, we have Yukon Gold potatoes here that we diced, and I sauteed lightly in oil before, just to give it a little bit of a head start. So we're gonna garnish the dish with that and half an onion.
It smells so good in here.
Half onion is very simple. You coarsely chop it, and then we're gonna saute that after in the same pan. So we get all the flavors, all the soup from the chicken and the pork.
Cedric also joins us. Kamusta ka, chef?
Mabuti, mabuti. Kumusta?
Ellen also says hi.
Hello,
Hi, Ellen.
Hope all is well. Okay, so we're gonna get that the chicken in 1 second out of the pan. We're gonna place it already in the serving dish, right? Just right here. The pork will be ready right after that. And then we're gonna saute the potatoes, caramelize the onions, and serve that right on top. And all the juices on top.
So I see that we're having a little bit of technical difficulty on the close-up camera.
Okay.
So sometimes it's hanging. So please bear with us because this is our first broadcast. But you know, we're just winging it. As you can see, we're right at home, and this is our patio. We set up the open kitchen for you to see where we live, and we're like 5 minutes away from the beach. So right after this broadcast, that's where we'll be playing with our dogs. So Adrian is feeding Cedric. Says show off.
Nice. Well, it's
You see with the golden brown on the chicken already.
it's Cocktail in New York City for sure. Yeah, what kind of a cocktail opener would you see with a dish like that? Just let us know what recipe you see on that.
Yeah, that would be
Any good
interesting.
cocktails. For the wine, after that, red wine, of course. Something not too heavy, mellow, little bit fruity to go with the soy sauce flavor. You don't want anything too complicated because the soy sauce kind of and then the flavors from your tongue. So you want something that's sweet but strong enough so you're gonna enjoy all the flavors.
For me, I like adobo with rice and with Coca-Cola.
There you go.
Soda.
Okay, so now
You
it's
might be seeing our dog pasties just walking around and serving. Says hi to everyone.
I love pastis so much. I had to call my dog pastis.
Adrian says something good with Don Papa.
Exactly. Don Papa is always good. You can start heavy actually, I think, in the cocktail region because it's going to be such heavy food. So you either need something very clear, I guess, or with Don Papa, why not? Maybe a version of the Cuba Libre, but with Don Papa. Maybe a Pinoy Libre, no? Rum and Coke. You hear the popping now?
That's the part there,
That's
part
the
right
part,
there.
right?
Yeah.
So you don't want it to be a little color.
Not too crispy like chicharron.
Yes, exactly. Chicharron is the pork belly that you crisp up.
So you just need a little bit of color, no?
Yes.
And a little bit of
Because then also it's too dry.
consistency.
Yes. Consistency. Right? So it's almost ready. So we will finish that up there.
And the onions will also go in the same pan.
Yes, I'm gonna actually put them right now on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Patrice.
We have another sous chef over here.
Okay.
Hello, pastis. What can you say?
So this is a very, very common dish. When you live in the Philippines and you have all the houses very close to each other, you can smell what the other house is cooking.
Yes.
And if they're cooking, if they're frying fish, of course, what kind of fish they're frying also, because you can really smell exactly what it is. And you also know when they're making adobo, because you have that caramelized meat and vinegary flavor in the air with garlic. It's very, very specific.
Yeah, and every household would have their own version because it's very basic. You can really customize the dish and the recipe. So this is our version, and we want to share it with you. And
So Michelle, what would be your favorite, like when you were growing up, what was your favorite adobo? Like coming from one of your grandmother, from your
my favorite was my mom's version. So it's chicken and pork with sometimes she adds chicken liver and gizzard, and then she cooks it 3 times. So boil first, and then sear, and then boil again to reduce. So that one, and adobo is always better the day after, and the days after actually. The more it keeps, the better it tastes. So it will be good now because also it was marinated overnight in this case. But the longer for the day after, if there are leftovers, if there are any, then it will taste better.
Just like any braised meat, You give it a day or two, and the more you warm it up, the more. So since there is not always in this recipe a lot of braising jus, don't be shy and just add some water. Okay, when you warm it up, you just add some water. Anyway, when you warm it up, it's gonna reduce now, and it's gonna go back to this original consistency, the braising jus. So don't be afraid to adding water. It's better to have it a little bit soupy than dry.
Yeah,
okay?
because
It's not a roasted chicken. It's a baked chicken.
With rice, we want the sauce to be more tasty. So for me particularly, when there's more sauce, that's so much better. So Ellen says, "Coucou Seb and Michelle." Coucou. And Tita Olive says, "Good morning, Shafi and Michelle. Good morning, good evening, Tita." And Press is asking, "Lovebirds, would you be able to post the recipe with basic instructions so we can try it here in Singapore, please?"
Yes, no problem.
We will definitely post it on our page for you to try. The recipe will be posted after this live episode. So everything now the onion is the part is still there, no?
And what is the,
Okay.
I forgot everything.
So there the onions.
And you see I didn't add any fat. All the fat from the pork usually is enough to fry everything. So that's pretty awesome. Very, very low in fat. Doesn't mean it's low in cholesterol, but it's low in fat, cooking fat.
Because we just use the oil that's coming from both the chicken and the pork.
Right.
So we're almost ready to
dish it out.
Almost ready to dish it out.
There's like you see, I'm not making this up. That's literally what you need just for the cooking. So the black pepper, the bay leaf, the garlic, the soy sauce, the red wine. If you want to be a little more French, you can also use the Provence. Little bit in the mix. Of the Provence is a mix of dry herbs such as thyme, rosemary, oregano. Sometimes you have sarriette also. All those herbs dry. You can put a little bit in the marinade, but you don't have to. If you have fresh thyme or fresh rosemary, you can also put a couple of sprigs inside. That will give it definitely a nice flavor. But you don't have to. It's meant to be inexpensive. So these dishes.
Herminio says, "Miss you."
Oh, okay. Hello, chef. Kumusta? So this dish you can actually double or triple if you want the recipe. Just because you're gonna have it the day of or the night of. And then you can put it in small containers in the freezer, right, with the sauce on top. Or in the fridge you will keep anywhere between 3 to 5 days. And in the freezer up to 2 weeks, so 2 or 3 weeks. So it's easy, you don't have anything to do, the kids are just there and then you get out all day. You have a container in the freezer, you pop it in the microwave, put it back in the stove for a few minutes, and then it's ready. Even with the potatoes, it's fine. So the saute there, you will have to go to a very expensive cooking school for 5 years and spend a lot of money to know how to do that. And
without spilling everything everywhere,
yes.
Nothing on the pan.
The fact we're almost gonna use everything and put in the dish. It's quite okay. So that's almost ready. The only thing we need is the salt there. This is on the potatoes, but not too much. When you braise the meat and you're done with the braising, you can try a little bit of the braising jus to see if there is enough salt. You can add a little bit of salt at that point, but don't add any salt before cooking because the soy sauce is usually enough. And you never know, sometimes when it sits a little bit in the refrigerator or in your kitchen cabinet, then it tends to be a little more flavorful, stronger, the soy sauce.
Right.
So
and there's crystallization also inside.
right. So it's better if you have it sitting somewhere, just to give it a little shake, and then you can use it. But don't add any salt. Wait until the braising is done, and then you can add a little bit of salt.
Because once it's too salty, there's very little you can do to adjust.
Exactly. So the that's cooking now. The
onion is ready.
okay, so that's cooking. There you go. I'm gonna put that right here so you can dish it out. Okay? Put that right on top there. Okay.
Do I pour all of the ano?
Not all,
No,
maybe
no.
not only oil.
Not all the
Yes.
oil.
Skip a little bit.
And then the oil you can save in ano no because that's very
Always.
flavorful the
Always save the oil. If it's not burned, you can always have a little cup on the side of the stove. Not plastic cup, but ceramic cup is best. Not even stainless steel, because sometimes stainless steel, when you put the hot oil inside, after it's very hot, just a little ceramic cup when you pour the oil, even with all the dirty oil, and then you can strain it after that. Right? So we keep that here. And then we have the juicing here. We're just gonna take the spoon there. Yeah. And then we're gonna pour that all over there nicely. Yeah.
yeah,
And that's the dish right there.
Yay.
Because you want the sabaw to pour the braising jus, right?
Sabaw.
Then you want that to pour over your kanin, your rice, or mashed potatoes, or whatever you're gonna. Okay.
So this is the dish. Our
That's it.
Frenchipino Adobo. I'm gonna go right there in the main camera.
There you go.
Hello, Doc Ellen. There you go. Hey, there's our Frenchipino Adobo.
All right, everyone, enjoy that.
Yay.
We'll see you soon, and we'll be back next week. For
Thank
that
you.
one.
Thank
Okay?
you so much for joining
Start
us.
following us on Mr. C's page. My page also, the recipe will be up in a few minutes.
Come in,
And
please.
Happy Frenchipino cooking. Live from Puerto Galera in the Philippines. Sebastien et
Michelle, maraming salamat.
à bientôt. Bisous à tous.
Bye.
Ciao.